What's up, guys? I'm Rachel for TRILLVO. We're in Dallas, Texas today at Lizard Lounge with two incredible producers by the name of YOOKiE. What's up, guys? What's up?
What up?
Thank you for being here today. Can y'all introduce yourselves for the viewers?
We're YOOKiE. My name is Anthony. Chris.
So let's dive right into this. Where did the name YOOKiE come from?
Do you want to do that one?
Alright, my friend from high school, his name's Evan. He, really loud kid,
Really
obnoxious, and he like yell in the hallways. He would like yell like all these like weird like things, and one of the things he would yell across the hallway, and everyone would just know it's him, and we would all just yell it back and forth until we just linked up in the hallway. He'd just be like, "YOOKiE! YOOKiE!
That's our name.
Yeah, that was it.
And then yeah, just from we like went through a bunch of names, and then like eventually like that's the one, like we were just like fucking YOOKiE,
Yeah.
and then that's just the one that stuck. So
Okay, so you guys are brothers, right? Which one of you is older?
I'm older.
Alright, so whose idea was it for the SoundCloud URL?
Oh,
Sex,
Because
and
that
more
was
sex.
before we were like anything. That was just like my personal thing. I was just like, let me just make some random dumb shit, and then
Yo,
I
low
just
key
did
is
that.
lit though. Like it's memorable. You know, you're gonna know that's
Yeah.
YOOKiE shit.
yeah, we like never thought in a million years like that this would be like what we do. So it was like
That was just
never.
I was just using it to like listen to SoundCloud.
Yeah, it was like never serious, like ever, and then just as we started getting bigger, we were like, "Fuck, should we change it?" But then we're like,
Nah.
"Damn, if we change
Our
it,
music
then
is sex.
if we change it, then all the links like anyone ever posted would be just like void, and they
Yeah.
wouldn't
Yeah.
work for anyone who clicked them." So we were just like, "Fuck, we'll just keep it."
Keep it,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it fits the music, so it's straight.
Yeah.
And you guys are from New York, right?
Yes,
What's
New
it
York.
like in the music industry out there?
It's, I mean, it's alright. You kind of gotta like know people for it to be like kind of cool, because back like, I don't know, like 2 years ago, we were just chilling and we'd just go to shows, and it would just be like, we would just be like, just chilling as like a fan, and it wouldn't be like, there was like, I don't really know, it wasn't really.
I heard you gotta like sell tickets and like know people.
Oh yeah, yeah,
and
there's
that.
shit like that happening all the time in New York, but
We don't see that in Houston.
yeah, I mean,
It's different.
I guess in New
environment.
York the promoters are just always trying to like make a buck and stuff, but once you get established, it's just easier to just get shows and stuff, and then you have like an agent and they deal with stuff, but once you're coming up, it's kind of hard because they're like, sell tickets, or you don't get to play, or play for free, or you know, it's just like retarded.
Yeah, we never really played, like, we still don't really play shows, like, in, like, our own state. Like, we play, like, everywhere else. That everywhere else shows us, like, way more love than where we're
Crazy.
from.
Yeah,
That's wild.
Yeah.
it's weird,
So
but
what was it like growing up for y'all? Like, have y'all always been close, or has music always been a part of y'all's background?
I'd say so. I'd say music was always just a thing that me and Chris just like bonded over. And I was playing guitar. He was always into either like hip hop or whatever he was into.
Yeah, I made, like, rap beats.
Yeah.
What got y'all into making music?
I don't know. We just always liked music, so we were just. I guess music was just within us, and we just always wanted to just create and express what was inside. So
And what made us start making, like, electronic music was, like, we went and saw Flux Pavilion and Cookie Monster at this place called Roseland Ballroom in the city, and we went there and we were like, yo, it's like the craziest shit ever. And then we just started going to more and more shows, and then that was when, in like 2012 and 2013, when trap started becoming like a huge thing. Like I discovered it, I put like everyone onto it. I was like,
Chris
yo,
put our whole town onto
I was
trap
like, yo, this
music.
shit is so fucking fire. And then we were just like, yo, we could do this, and then we just did.
We just started doing it, and now we're here.
So that brings me into my next question. Y'all have a sound that is just like so incredibly unique, so y'all's own. Like you hear these sounds, you don't even know what to do with yourself, honestly. So like really, what inspires y'all, and how did y'all develop this sound that's really completely y'all's own?
I think it just has to do with how we are, like our brains. We're just really weird, and it just comes out in our music. And I kind of like getting reactions out of people. So when I drop a song, when I make the song, I want to make it so that way when I drop it, people are just like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And then you just either do whatever, or you just sit there just like, and you're just like, so that's just it. Yeah.
This kind of brings me into a little story that'll lead into a question. So I remember last year working at Something Wicked, and I could only catch 30 minutes of Nightmare set before I actually had to leave for stereo. So I'm leaving, I'm hugging my friends, you know, Need You is playing in the background. I'm like, all right, I'm out, you know, bye y'all. Walking away, probably get maybe 10 steps. I hear this drop that shakes my fucking world. Alright, I run back to my crew, I'm like, what the fuck? Everybody around me is losing their shit. Fast forward to right now when I'm sitting next to two producers who made one of my favorite remixes of all time. So, what is y'all's favorite song y'all ever made?
Favorite song we ever made? I don't know, it always changes. Like, do you have one?
I don't know. We just.
No, I mean, y'all go back 3 years.
Yeah.
But just like anything that we ever put out, we love it. Like we'll never put out anything that we're like, oh, we don't love
Not
this.
sure.
We don't love it. Like.
But sometimes we'll put like stuff we put out like 3 years ago. Like now we just kind of don't like. Like remember the what was it? The I-30 EP. It was like the house stuff, and like now we kind of just are like.
Well, that's just because like.
I mean, I heard Eat today, and that still goes hard as fuck.
Yeah.
That's
like
one
1.5 years old. Dude.
Yeah, but honestly, the newer stuff that I'm making, I kind of like really like that one that was in the Illinois mix.
Oh,
that one is like super spacey, like subs, but a little bit faster at like 150 BPM, and it's just a bunch of bass, has space, has some high pitch fucking things in it, and I just really like it. So.
Okay, so now I kind of want to talk about 2 tracks that I feel like really launched y'all as far as producers to watch in the industry, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, after these tracks, everybody was like, yo, YOOKiE. So, Scary Monsters and Night Sprite remix and the Slander collab, those 2. How do y'all feel about those 2, and like, which one do you feel like really did more for y'all in y'all's career?
Damn, I don't know.
They were both really, pretty pivotal in getting us to where we are. Like with the Scary Monsters, like that was like the first thing that like we made. Like we're like all these like big names that like we only we would be in the crowd and go see them. Like to have them like play our stuff, like that was like the craziest shit ever. And then like the Slander song, like that, just like everyone still playing it out, like that shit. Just we love that song.
It's wild.
It's crazy. Yeah, I don't even know. They're both just.
The Slander one is just like a massive banger that just literally destroys any crowd. And then the Scary Monsters one was like, it was like a planned thing. Like because we were trying to like get Skrillex's attention, and we were just like, well,
Did it?
what can we do?
we sat down and we like brainstormed. We came up with this. Well, not even came up, but we we were like, shit, from going to all these shows, we're like, what do people like? And we're like, oh, people like to hear throwbacks, like in sets. And we're like, shit, what's the ultimate throwback? And we're
Of like the scene.
yeah, we're like, Scary Monsters. Like, anyone who's into this type of music, they've heard Scary Monsters and Night Sprites before.
Yeah.
And then we also were like, all right, so now like, what's another thing that makes crowds go crazy? And we noticed the Smokey Ilson Club Action remix with the fuck that shit, say fuck that shit, say fuck. Whenever that song, even like today,
It doesn't
that
matter
song,
who it is, you stop
yeah,
talking, like your
whenever-
conversation stops.
even today that song gets dropped and people go like crazy. So we were like, fuck,
Remixes after remixes.
yeah, we were like, fuck, let's
Let's just
come-
borrow that idea.
Like-
But yeah, another idea that we borrowed from was the Kennedy Jones VIP of Suavemente, where it like goes into that like fake build type thing. So we were just like, let's do some fake out shit like that, and then go into something that sounds like the Smokey Ilson remix, and then we just did what we did, and we honestly sat on that for like at least 8 months. We didn't release it. We didn't do anything with it. And then at Camp Disco, I dropped it, and the crowd just literally went crazy. And I was just like, "Fuck, we're just gonna release this." And then we just released it. Yeah.
So man, you guys have been in the game for a while, but in a short year, you've been making an incredible splash, right? So what is the craziest thing? So no, there's no I guess about it. Y'all been making a big splash in the scene. So what has been the craziest or most memorable thing to happen to y'all so far?
Craziest, most memorable.
Definitely Skrillex playing our track. Like that when we
I might cry.
and he also played it in New York for the first time, so that's like kind of crazy. Just like, yeah, just knowing that like he fucked with something that like we made, and he's
Literally our number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a lot of people's number one.
Yeah, we.
So we have a fan question from Mitch Tilley. Shout out Mitch Tilley. He wants to know if there was shout out Mitch. If there was one thing that y'all could change in the industry, what would it be?
Like change, like
In the music industry, like what do you feel like should change about things? What's a problem you see in the music industry that you can change?
I mean, we're not too into the industry, but one thing that I've noticed is that festivals just have like a lot of the same artists and stuff, and I guess it's like because a lot of people want to see that, but I feel like there's a lot of underground artists that should just get a lot of shine that they just really don't. And I feel like there's a lot of bad music out there, but there's a lot of good music that needs attention, really.
Amen.
So, yeah.
So what's next for YOOKiE?
Just cranking out the bangers.
What can y'all tell us? What do y'all have coming up next?
Well, we have a new collab with Slander. It's kind of just on the total opposite side of the spectrum that what After All was. It has a lot of energy, but it's more melodic.
It's not as
it's emotionally powerful rather than
like,
what After All was.
Your
just
brain's powerful.
I will say After All was kind of emotionally powerful though.
Yeah,
I still believe in me.
Yeah. And the new one is just, I don't know, it just touches a certain spot.
Well, guys, thank you so much for being here today. I'm ready to see y'all kill it out there. They're about to murder it. And I really appreciate, honestly, everything that y'all have been doing for music in general. Y'all are doing something different. That's the most refreshing thing in the world. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep being genuine people. And thank you for being here with me today.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Shout out TRILLVO. Shout out YOOKiE.
Shout
We
out
out.
TRILLVO.
Oh yeah, that was good.